Hello, this is Lee Garbett from God is a Geek, and joining me is Adam Cook, our esteemed editor, talking about a blast from the past. What the hell are you playing, Adam?
Pac-Man Championship. I knew it said Deluxe Edition, but that's not true. Pac-Man Championship Edition 2. Did you play... Because I need to ask the question, actually, before I tell people about this game. How do they keep making Pac-Man good?
Yeah.
Like... It shouldn't be a thing that even exists anymore, should it really?
How are they still making Pac-Man games? I mean, what we had that was Pac-Man,
Yeah.
Was it Pac-Man Championship Edition? And was it Championship Edition DX?
DX, yeah, Deluxe.
Yeah, then.
Oh no, what was it? I don't know what it's called actually. Deluxe something, I guess. But yeah,
and there's even like
really
an arcade version as well, which is. Yes, I played the first one, and I played the arcade one a few times. And it's just like good kind of classic fun, isn't it? It's Pac-Man on steroids. I mean, remember when Namco were making all of these sort of jazzed up versions of like, arcade games. I think you had like Space Invaders had one where it was all like kind of crazy. And,
oh shit,
you know,
they did.
And but Pac-Man started all that. So I think it must have been like 10 years ago, and I guess now we've got a new one.
So I'm going to tell you now that they have somehow, because like the thing is, when they Championship Edition, then DX, and it's like how much further can you go with that? Or more importantly, how do you release a sequel to a game where it feels like they've gone to the most extreme lengths of Pac-Man? So I'm going to tell you, Lee, something that I think you'll appreciate, because you're of a similar generation to myself. The one thing about Pac-Man is you can't touch the ghosts. You have to get the pellet that lets you touch the ghost, and where you eat the ghosts up. But otherwise, you can't touch the ghost. Correct?
Yeah, that's pretty basic.
It's not anymore, because in this second game you can touch the ghosts without having a power pellet.
Okay, what, has he got some sort of weapon? Has he got a frying pan or something now? Or
God, imagine if he had a gun.
Pac-Man.
No.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't. So, it's Pac-Man's Pac-Man. People are watching it; they can see roughly what Pac-Man is. If you don't know, then I can't. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and explain the basic mechanics of Pac-Man. I'm just sorry, I'm refused to do so. But in this one, you can hit the ghosts straight away.
Okay.
If you hit them a certain amount of times, they get angry. They jump off the map, they come back down, and then you can't hit them, because if you hit them when they're angry, you will lose a life.
And you wouldn't like them when they're angry.
Now, no, you wouldn't, especially if they're green. There are loads of little ghosts. See, the thing about Pac-Man is you usually start in the middle and you go to the left and you follow the little. What are they actually called? The little dots. Are they just called dots?
Pellets, I guess. Pellets.
I guess.
Dots, yeah.
So you whack around eating them dots, and there's small versions of the ghosts that are set out along the same path, but just slightly offset from the dots, the pellets. As you run past them, they wake up because they're sleeping. Forgot to mention that they're asleep. As you get past them, you wake them. They jump to one of the ghosts, and they join the ghosts in a train. Now the ghost train. Oh Jesus Christ! I've just got that. It's a ghost train. It's a ghost train, isn't it?
It's good.
That's quite clever. The ghost train, is going around a set route, and once again, you can still hit the ghost train, even though it's got like 15 or 20 mini ghosts on it. But you make it angry eventually. But you don't really want to hit it unless you have to.
Yeah.
You avoid it. You eventually can. The pellet will sometimes randomly appear on a level. You get it, and then you see on the screen a line that shows where the ghost train is going to go, and then you don't have to, but you get loads of points if you meet it, head on. You eat all the ghosts in the train in one go, massive score, carry on, get the fruit, you jump into the next level, and you just carry on going. It's literally called score attack mode, that is.
Okay.
It's really cool.
It sounds actually quite fun.
It's really good. Like, for something that you think, I'm not going to play a Pac-Man game, it's kind of,
you say that,
but
you're saying that, but I don't know, Pac-Man's not really a game I'd think it would be like a go-to thing, but if ever I see a machine or like it's on somewhere, I find it quite therapeutic to play Pac-Man.
Very.
It's that sort of game where it's sort of like you have a stick and that's it, and that is all you need, and you just kind of go around picking up pets. It doesn't matter how far you get, you just relaxing game of Pac-Man. So it gets all crazy, of course, and you start panicking and swearing at it. But
well, speaking of which, the footage you're seeing, I was quite tired when recording, and I'm a bit disappointed in my performance, because there's a bit, and I'll probably leave that bit out, but there was a bit where I just kept bumping into ghosts, and it was almost like I just wanted to pause it and shake my head and go, come on, man.
Yeah.
This is Pac-Man, because it's very fast, very frenetic. You've got a jump button. You have a certain amount of jumps, but when you hit them, wherever you are on the map, you jump back to the kind of starting point. So if you really get panicked, but you want to keep your multiplier going or your score going, you can do that. But other than that, there's a story mode. I think it's called story mode. It's a score attack game. It's Pac-Man. But do really. I mean, our reviewer gave it a really high score. I kind of have to agree because like it might be at its core Pac-Man, but at first when you think you're letting me touch ghosts and that's not Pac-Man, it does work. It makes it feel fresh. It's really good, Lee. It's really good. I have a few issues with. I don't know. I feel like again it could be just a tiredness thing. Sometimes if you're not precise about the turns because it's going so fast. This isn't like OG Pac-Man where it's this is fucking going.
But that's always been the case, isn't it? Like, it's getting those corners around, especially if you've got an actual proper stick where you're sort of wrenching that stick around just to get those corners. And that's normally where you sort of kind of falter, is if you hit that corner wrong and then you end up like going the wrong way. And I guess that's, especially when it's more sped up as well, you're more likely to.
Fast.
Yeah, I remember how fast the previous championship ones were, and they were pretty crazy. But I'm guessing there's like multiplayer and check.
I mean, it's got all the stuff you'd expect, and I expect they will probably put Pac-Man Championship Edition DX2 out, like, because although I can't really actually remember what the difference was, but to be honest with you, that's it. It's Pac-Man, but it's more Pac-Man. It's still crazy. It's got new mechanics. I feel weird in 2016 sitting here saying Pac-Man's really good, Lee.
It's still good, isn't it? It's still good. And that's a good thing to have in 2016, where we can say Pac-Man is still good after all this time. And although they've changed the bits around it, the core mechanic is still there and it's still intact and it still works. But I'm guessing really. I think as you say, it's Pac-Man, so I guess there's not really too much. Not really too much more you can say about Pac-Man. It's got new bits in.
No, that's it.
But it's still good, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it saying like it's just Pac-Man, because Pac-Man is good. If you're in the mood for Pac-Man, then this is pretty much going to deliver that to you.
100%.
So let's leave it there. Yeah? Let's just say to the wonderful people that if you like this video and like just talking about Pac-Man, you'll like us even more talking about other games that are even more expansive and wonderful. So you can do that by clicking that wonderful subscribe button at the bottom of this video, and also comment. Let us know what you think about Pac-Man. Do you like Pac-Man? Have you played any of the Championship Edition games? Are you interested in this one? Maybe coming back to Pac-Man after a long stay away.
For you.
Go on.
Would you play Pac-Man in VR? Actually, why isn't this in VR?
I'm sure they did a 3D Pac-Man at one point. I'm sure they did. No, there was a VR Pac-Man. There was a VR Pac-Man. Did you play VR Pac-Man? If you're watching this, let us know. We need to know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. And I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to let Adam say goodbye in his own way.
Wakka, 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 wakka. Bye. Bye.
Goodbye.